The movers carried the last of it out by noon, and I stood in the kitchen of the house where I had lived for 41 years, listening to how loud an empty room can be. There was a pale rectangle on the wall where the clock used to hang, and rings on the counter from 40 years of coffee cups, and a window over the sink where my husband and I had watched 4 seasons turn so many times I had stopped counting. I was 81 years old, and I was moving into one small room because my heart and my savings had both grown thin. And as I stood there, I felt that I was being made smaller, folded down the way you fold a letter you are putting away for good. The new place was on the 2nd floor of a brick building near my daughter's house. 1 bedroom, a kitchen you could cross in 3 steps, a window half the size of the one I had loved, looking out not on my garden but on the parking lot. I sat on a box that first evening and let myself be bitter. I thought of the women I knew who still had their houses, their porches, their husbands. I had given my whole life to a home, and now I had a room. I was ashamed of how much I wanted what I no longer had. The space, the garden, the man who used to fill the doorway. Wanting it felt like a sin I could not put down. My daughter came the next morning to help me unpack. She is a practical woman, and she had a box of dishes open before I had finished my tea. But it was her boy, my grandson, 7 years old, who undid me. He had found the box marked kitchen, and out of it he lifted the clay pot with my geranium in it. The geranium that had sat on my windowsill in the old house for longer than his mother had been alive. Red as a coal, half its leaves gone yellow from the move. He carried it across the room with both hands, like it was the most important thing in the world, and he set it on the little windowsill over my new sink. "There," he said, "now it's home." I had to turn away so he would not see my face. And standing there, I remembered my husband's Bible, which was packed in the box beside me, and I knelt and dug it out, because there was a verse he used to read to me when money was short and the children were small and I was frightened. I found it where his thumb had worn the page soft, underlined in his own pencil, and I read it aloud to that little kitchen. "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee." It was Hebrews 13:5. Be content with such things as ye have. I had spent the morning grieving the things I did not have. But the verse did not stop there, and it was the second half that broke me open, because I understood at last what I had been afraid of. It was not the house. It was that I thought the smallness of my life meant I had been left behind, set down and forgotten, the way you set down a thing you are finished with. And here was the promise in my husband's own hand: I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. The God who had been with me in the big kitchen had not stayed there when the movers cleared it out. He had come up the stairs with me. He was content to dwell in one small room with an old woman and a half-dead geranium. That window is small, but the morning light comes through it just the same, and the geranium has put out new leaves. My grandson comes on Saturdays, and we water it together, and he tells me about his week while I peel apples at the 3-step counter. I do not have the house anymore. I have such things as I have: a chair, a window, a worn Bible. a boy who thinks a flower pot makes a place home. And I have learned, late and slowly, that contentment is not getting back what you lost. It is discovering that the one who promised never to leave you has been standing in the small room the whole time, waiting for you to notice he never went anywhere at all.